CRN Digital Talk Radio.
So tune in to Divine Love Talk Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Live across America, the PM Show with Mike Horn on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome to the PM Show, Monday edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I am Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Hello, Paul.
Glad to be with you, Michael. We got an exciting edition to kind of kick off the week ahead.
Yeah, we do. Got a lot of things going on here today in the world of entertainment. The Emmy Awards, which I did not get to see last night. Did you watch them at all?
Don't believe that I did. I kind of had hoped to kind of check it out. I understand that Los Angeles was very hot.
Yeah, it was very warm. There was a very warm Sunday.
A lot of perspiration going on there today.
A lot going on there. And so we got the Emmy Award winners that we'll be talking about on the show. Lots of other news going on as well, too. How was your weekend?
Had a pretty good weekend. Kind of got out and ended up at more restaurants over the weekend.
You dine a lot on the weekend. Here's the thing. A lot of people go to movies to get into some entertainment, take in ball games, sporting events. You're kind of the dining expert. You just sort of wear one of those kind of those velvet casual outfits for you, and you sort of just go with the elastic band and go out and just dine.
Yeah, what did I end up doing? I ended up doing Chinese.
Did you wear the crushed velour, the burgundy leisure suit that a lot of people used to wear in the 70s? I know you have a lot of those leisure suits, and the jackets match the pants perfectly. And then you wear that CRN logo shirt underneath there.
Kind of like a Steve Austin kind of a motif.
When you drive around that big car, you drive like with one finger on the wheel and your hand like right across there as you're driving, just to kind of get that kind of a feel of relaxation.
That is cool. I was very relaxed over the weekend. I did Chinese, I did Italian, and then I did the Smokehouse.
So Baroni's, Italians, and Chang's was closed.
I did not do Baroni.
Really? You went to a different Italian restaurant?
Went to the good people over at Lido Pizza.
What is it?
Or Lido Pizza. And it's interesting
I thought it was
because...
Lido. I thought it was maybe a Chinese Pizza Hut.
No. Very interesting about Lido Pizza is that the parent company, Chi-Chi's, their corporate offices are within the same business park where our facilities, where our studios, where our executive offices happen to be located.
And oddly enough, there is an old office here that apparently used to be a studio, some kind of a TV studio before we moved in here. And I can see the name on the wall. I was able to kind of rub down and see that it was Chi-Chi's Studio. So I don't know what was actually filmed here in Chatsworth, California. But apparently there was a famed actress named Chi-Chi.
No. The people over at Chi-Chi's have a very interesting organization. I don't know the story. We're going to have to try to get the story someday, on maybe if not on this program, perhaps on the What's Cooking program where it might be more appropriate. But that never stopped.
Never stopped you from talking about restaurants. Every time you can sit down, restaurants are a passion with you.
Well, I went over to Lido Pizza. And as for my money, I think it's the best Italian food to be found anywhere.
Really? Got a lot of advertisers on the air. Vic is probably scratching his head. And contract renewal time is right around the corner at the famed Columbo's Restaurante.
Don't want to forget.
Yeah.
Over at Angelo's and Vinci's.
Angelo's and Vinci's.
Don't want to forget them.
Don't forget them over there.
No. For my money. For my money, they make very good Italian food.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
I'm sorry.
We're going to take a break, usually for a commercial announcement, but there'll be a public service announcement. We'll be back after the public service announcement. I see the phones lighting up now, not callers, they're cancellations. Can I talk about hotels that are for your money? Never mind. We're just going to take a little break here. Can't believe you. Chi-Chi's Italian restaurant.
No, not Chi-Chi's. No, it's Lido Pizza.
Oh, where'd we get Chi-Chi?
The parent company, which happens to be their corporate offices.
Okay, that's enough. We got to get out of here. Take a break. We'll be back. Stay with us on CRN.
Keep yourself and your wallet healthy with Wellness Plus with Plenty at Rite Aid. In addition to Plenty points, earn Wellness Plus points every time you shop. $1 spent on everyday items gets you 1 point, and get up to 25 points on every prescription you fill. When you've reached 1,000 Wellness Plus points, you'll get 20% off our regular prices for a year. And that's just one of the 4 ways to save. Now through September 24th, spend $50 a week on participating products at Rite Aid and earn 2,000 Plenty Points worth $20 in savings. Visit RiteAid.com/RakenPoints for details.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Welcome back here to the Monday edition of the PM Show. Michael Horn, Paul Stern from CRN Digital Talk Radio. Big Emmy Awards last night. Paul and I missed them, but we have the awards thanks to our executive producer, Courtney Cadera. For those of you that did miss them, we can kind of discuss them a little bit. The Game of Thrones on HBO won for Outstanding Drama Series. Now, this is one of the all-time great series on HBO, and it seems to win year after year. The Outstanding Comedy Series, also from HBO, Veep. The Outstanding Actress, the lead actress in a drama series, was Orphan Black for BBC America. And wait a second, there's a bunch of actresses in here. Oh, Orphan Black for BBC America, and Tatiana Maslany as Sarah. Oh, I see. So she won as the outstanding lead actress in that show. I've never seen that. I have seen on the USA Mr. Robot, and that one for outstanding lead actor in a drama series, the star of that show, Rami Malek as Elliot. And that is I haven't watched it. They've been piling up in my VCR. I watched the first season, but it was so freaky and so difficult to understand that I just have not brought myself to watch it this year. But I heard them discussing it on the Doug Steffen show, so I may tune in and actually catch a couple episodes. It's kind of like they stole all the money in the world, and now there's havoc in the world. I just can't watch it. It's a kind of a freaky show, but it apparently caught the eye of a lot of critics, and they've awarded it the outstanding lead actor in a drama series.
I also listened to the Doug Steffen show, and from what I understand from listening is that the Big Bang Theory is going to have their season premiere coming up pretty soon. That's highly rated as well.
It's good. Does that have anything to do with the Emmys?
I think it won an award. It should have.
Oh, really? Okay. So the outstanding supporting actor in a drama series in Bloodline on Netflix was Ben Mendelsohn as Danny. The director for a drama series, Game of Thrones, won that. Miguel Sapochnik, I believe is his name. And boy, there used to be like
where's your boy
Ben Carson used to be the director. Now it's Miguel Sapochnik.
Where's your Maury Amsterdams and such?
I don't know. They're not around anymore. Downton Abbey on PBS, outstanding supporting actors in a drama series. Maggie Smith as Violet won for that. The writing for a drama series, Game of Thrones, David Benoff, D.B. Weiss. Outstanding variety sketch series, Key and Peele and Comedy Central.
Game of Thrones isn't the one that kind of borders on something like I hate to use the term pornography, but is it very graphic?
I think so. I've just kind of passed through it a few times. I mean, is there any like regular TV shows that win, like Gunsmoke, The Wild Wild West, Star Trek?
What about the
$6 Million Man? Reruns does better than some of these series, for God's sakes.
Where's your 60
That's
minutes?
Steve Austin with those uncanny effects of him slow-mo, moving so fast. Those are the good series.
That's Heath.
Come on, you
old
TV
timers.
Generation people, come on. Heath Garrett, yeah, he was the...
Big Valley.
Big Valley. Heath Major, the Lee Majors is Heath. I always thought, did they have a candy bar after Heath? I think so. Anyway, outstanding directing for a variety special, Grease Live on Fox. So far, there's nothing I would really watch here. I'm glad I actually missed the Emmys. I'm sorry, I sound like an old the stick in the mud, but I'd rather watch the Dodger baseball game. Did that get nominated? Ben Scully's last year?
I think it was up against the Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Yeah. Well,
which I didn't watch either, but
I was at the 8:70 a.m. Town Hall meeting. They were right up against the Emmys, and they mentioned that John Voight had been touring with some of the air talent at Salem Radio with Mike Gallagher and Hugh Hewitt and Dennis Prager. But John was not there because he was up for an award, and I don't see his name mentioned here. I hope he won something.
He was there because I saw him make a comment about his daughter, Angelina Jolie.
You did watch
that.
Emmys.
Was part of the what do they call it? The red carpet stuff.
Outstanding variety talk series Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, or is it Olivier?
I believe it's Olivier.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
Outstanding writing. See, I got you on that one. Outstanding writing for a variety series. Patton Oswalt. He's pretty funny. Talking for Clapping on Netflix. Okay, Patton, glad you won that.
The O.J. Simpson one.
There you go. I did see that series.
That was something worth
The
checking
People
out.
versus O.J. Simpson.
You enjoyed that.
American Crime Story on FX Networks. That was good. The outstanding TV movie Sherlock, The Abominable Bride on PBS. Never saw that. Nope. Outstanding lead actor in a limited series or movie, The People versus O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story. Courtney B. Vance as Johnny Cochran. Courtney B. Vance as Johnny Cochran? Does that make sense? Is it Courtney? Is that a guy's name? Johnny Cochran? I guess maybe that's it. I didn't know who some of the actors were in that, but John Travolta should have won. And Cuba Gooding Jr. should have won.
And David Schwimmer, who played Robert Kardashian.
Outstanding lead actress in a variety series was Ben Paulson. Was Sarah Paulson as Marcia Clark. She was good also. Sterling K. Brown as Chris Darden won an award for Outstanding Supporting Actor, and also The People versus O.J. Simpson. Why didn't they give the awards to, the big stars of the show? Cuba Gooding Jr. did an excellent job, and I thought, there were so many great actors and roles in this thing that the whole thing should have just won. John Travolta was great.
Who did he play?
He played, what's his face? The lead there, Shapiro, Robert Shapiro.
Oh, Robert Shapiro.
He was good as him, too. He had that look on his face, looked just like Shapiro. And then he tried to sell legal Zoom during the commercial breaks. I made that up. But in case Robert Shapiro wants to take a break, he could have John Travolta have a legal Zoom. People go, what happened to Robert Shapiro? It looks like, did he have a facelift? Outstanding directing for a limited series, The Night Manager, Suzanne Bier directed that. Supporting actress in a limited series or movie, Regina King in American Crime. Outstanding writing, the D.V.D. Vicentis wrote The People versus O.J. Simpson, or adapted it for that. The outstanding reality competition program was The Voice. Now that should win. That was good. The Voice on NBC won. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series, Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent. That's on Amazon. Is Amazon a network on my TV?
I did not know that, but wasn't Jeffrey Tambor, wasn't he from the Gary Shandling show?
Yeah, and I like Jeffrey Tambor. He should win.
From what I understand, there's a little bit of a controversy with his character. Now, I'm not familiar with the performance or the role, but did he play a transgender? And that, I guess, in the future, he suggests that a transgender should be played by a person who's actually transgender.
Why? If you're an actor, you should be able to play anything, Jeffrey. I don't like him anymore. You should be able to play any role. By the way, looking back here, so far I didn't see one win from CBS, NBC, or ABC. I'd get out of the whole Emmy business. Fox won for Grease Live. That's the only thing that won. Otherwise, everything is a cable network. And while cable networks are great, I mean, they're not the end-all to television viewing, folks.
Well, yeah,
you should be watching the new TV season coming. There's a lot of good shows on CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox, and the CW. Sorry. There's some kind of a fix in here. Is Hillary Clinton running the Emmy Awards? Some kind of crookedness going on here. Let's see, what else do we have? Outstanding, I got the Jeffrey Tambor. Outstanding lead actress in a comedy series, Julia Louis-Dreyfus won for Veep on HBO. Jill Soloway, outstanding directing for Transparent Man. Supporting actress on Saturday Night Live on NBC, finally won one. Kate McKinnon as various characters. Outstanding writing for a series on Netflix, Master of None Parents. Aziz Ansari and Alan Yang wrote that. An outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series, Louis Anderson as Christine Baskets in the series Baskets. You know what? I'm glad I did not watch the Emmy Awards. I wouldn't have understood anything. I'm telling you, except for Mr. Robot and a handful of other things here, nobody watches any of those series. They can't be rated that highly. So I bet if you look in the ratings, the WWE outpulls them all. Right? Where's the award for Hulk Hogan? I don't know if he's wrestling anymore. I haven't been watching that as well either. But I will watch Chicago Fire very soon.
This is Larry Minetti for Herpanicin, the acne medication that really works from the inside out. If you suffer from skin problems, Herpanacin is the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out and gets rid of all kinds of acne and blemishes on your back, neck, and your face. It works so well, you can look and feel like a movie star. Herpanacin, a natural supplement created by Dr. Wayne Diamond. You take a pill, and that's it. I've been on these supplements, and they really work, folks. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror ever again. Get Herpanacin today. Call 888-467-4200. That's 888-467-4200. Herpanacin, it really works. 888-467-4200. Tell them Larry Minetti told you to call. And look and feel like $1 million with Herpanacin. Call 888-467-4200.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Federal tax fraud is set to hit $21 billion by 2016, up from just $6.5 billion 2 years ago. TransUnion just announced the launch of its Government Information Solutions Division to provide fraud, identity authentication, data breach response, and investigation services to help government agencies manage risk and reduce costs. Jonathan McDonald, Executive Vice President of TransUnion's Government Information Solutions Business Unit.
TransUnion's proprietary sets of credit, criminal, and public data, coupled with flexible analytics, help government agencies make informed decisions and ensure citizen safety.
Federal spending has skyrocketed, and government agencies are making significant investments to protect data entrusted to them.
TransUnion is well positioned to help government agencies identify fraudulent activities, detect when they are occurring, and investigate, prosecute, and prevent them from happening again.
For more, visit TransUnion's government blog feed or transunion.com/government.
Back here on the PM Show Monday edition. I was on the phone all day today. You know, we moved, and I'm in charge of finance sometimes here with the CRN Digital Talk Radio. And so we had this loan with a credit line. I have to wait for the bass line. So anyway, we had this loan. It's actually a credit line. And so apparently, you know, we were at an old address and then moved to this new address, and we made a payment with the old address, and then they're supposed to forward the mail over to us, but they never forwarded the mail. They actually mailed the bill back to the bank. So we never received a notice that there was still some money due. And we never received, a phone call on my cell phone, which they should have called. And so now they're saying that we've lost our early preliminary rate, and they've raised it. And talk to Fred Dreyer. He's been trying to do some refinance work, and he'll tell you the bank's got you coming and going. So I filed, I guess, what's called some kind of a grievance. And the guy was stupid enough on the phone to say, well, you don't have online banking. I said, that's right. And then he was really stupid. He said, and we did receive the bill back here at the office. There you go. I'm not lying. And they're going to look at it. They're going to say, nope, you're still going to pay 18% or something, whatever they're going to say. They'll go crazy, 35% or more. Lady Gaga in the news. She is going to be headlining the Super Bowl. Now, she was with that, was it Taylor Kinney that stars on Chicago Fire? And apparently they've split up, and that's kind of bad.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, they were together. They were a real hot number there for a while. 7, I think it was. And anyway, they're set. She's going to be on the 2017 Super Bowl halftime show. Now, she does weird dancing on ceilings and stuff. I don't know what she's going to be. Maybe from the goalposts or something. There'll probably be wires and all that good stuff. She's sort of a spectacular entertainer.
Now, wasn't it last year that they had the Beyonce? Was that last year?
No, I think it was. Was it last year? Yeah,
I think it was. She did Formation.
Yeah, she did. This is they call Lady Gaga the perfect illusion singer, and she's signed on to perform at the 51st annual championship, in which the Rams will be playing Seattle with a final score I predict of 3-1.
The Rams
It'll be a
kind of
boring
do.
game.
The Rams do have the Seattle number. They beat them 3 of the last 3 times.
I'm not a big Seattle fan. I'm not a big Pete Carroll pal.
He really kind of was.
He looked pretty bad. He looked like he had a bad lunch that day.
He was really full of himself over the weekend, coming
really?
back to his old stomping ground.
What did he say?
Well, no, I didn't hear him say anything. He just has that look of confidence, that air of confidence on that he thought he was going to beat up on the Los Angeles Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, when they could come into town. And
well, I understand after the game he was hiding in the bush, trying to throw a couple of punches. No, he didn't do that. Anyway, parking is tough. You got to sell your house to actually buy a parking spot at the Coliseum in Los Angeles.
He was involved in that whole Reggie Bush thing, wasn't that?
Well, he says he wasn't, and he left without any sanctions against him. And I personally have placed an official Mike Horn sanction on Pete Carroll, just so he's not sanction-free. I have sanctioned him for his whatever. You can't tell me you didn't know anything about it, Pete. You've received the Mike Horn sanction. I will not watch any Seattle football games.
Will you please repeat that with Fred Dreyer?
Yeah, I will. I'll do that on Friday. And then my lovely daughter is in the fantasy football league.
Oh.
And so all weekend long she's saying, should I play Russell Wilson or should I play the Baltimore quarterback? What's his name there? He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Don Cornell or something. No, what's his name? I forget now. Now, I had it all day long, and now I've had another one of those senior moments.
Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, exactly right. And so she picked Russell Wilson from they scored 3 points.
Yeah, did not get it.
Flacco, Joe Flacco. There
Joe
he is. That's
Flacco,
his
yes.
name. I remember now. It came to me like a flash. And Flacco won the game for Baltimore.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, Us Weekly reported that Lady Gaga was in talks to headline the Super Bowl. She's going to do it. It's going to be great. Also, they say the coaches, the fans, all the stands, they think it's going to be great. She's going to sing for all the athletes who've been working that hard their whole lives for this time. Is going to be good. Jim Carrey's in the news. He's being accused of facilitating his ex-girlfriend's death. I didn't know his ex-girlfriend passed away by providing the pills that killed her.
Oh, my God.
That's what the woman's estranged husband says in a lawsuit. Apparently, Katharina White died September 24th of 2015 by ODing on Ambien, propanol, and Persinet.
Propanol?
Yeah.
Isn't that the Michael Jackson?
Yes, propanol. The suit claims in this suit that all 3 drugs were found in pill bottles during the name Arthur King. Under that name, Arthur King, the pseudonym for Jim Carrey. By the way, it's illegal in California to get prescriptions by misrepresenting who you are. The suit claims 3 or 4 days before she died, Carrey gave her pills in the question. The suit also says that Jim Carrey tried to cover his tracks after death, texting that he either misplaced the drugs she may have taken, or she may have taken without his knowledge. And according to the suit, Carrey knew she was prone to depression and even tried to commit suicide in the past, which makes it more egregious, they say, if he supplied her with the drugs. Well, this is something I didn't know about. I haven't seen Jim Carrey in a while. I hope this is untrue. Sorry now I even reported it. I hate things until they are true. I don't like to talk about them. Sorry, Jim Carrey. I take it all back.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
Aloha! Experience your home away from home being beachfront at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Begin your getaway relaxing on over 11 acres of tropical Hawaiian gardens at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel, voted Best Aloha Spirit by Hawaii Magazine readers. Just walking around the grounds with all the tropical vegetation, relaxing poolside, or kicking back in the sun on the world-renowned Kaanapali Beach makes you feel like you're home in paradise. There's a package to fit all your needs: wedding, honeymoon, activities, private parties, great food, or just good old beach fun. The hotel perpetuates the Hawaiian tradition at its best. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. And when something's good, you don't forget how good something good really is. It's the little things that count, like Columbo's salads. They're fresh, crisp, cold, and delicious every time. Service that's friendly, not phony. Then there's Columbo's mouth-watering steaks. They're flavor-filled fish specialties and Columbo's crowd-pleasing Italian goodies, plus jazz every night. And don't forget the meatballs. At Columbo's, you can't forget how good something good really is, and it's all so affordable. That's why, when you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
The best show in the world is Two Scorpions and a Brandy Glass. I'm Barry Farber. It is nice when you call and say, "Oh, Mr. Farber, I agree with you," but that really gets us nowhere. I want your enmity, hostility. I want your questions. Give me a call right here on the Barry Farber Show. Weekdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome back here to the PM show, Monday edition, CRN Digital Talk Radio. During the break, I hope you watch us on camera at crntalk.com. crntalk.com, just to log on, click on the camera screen there, and you could have seen Paul eat it looked like some sort of a French dip sandwich. Was that correct, Paul?
No. I was over at a place called Dickie's Barbecue Pit, and I happened to pick up the Westerner sandwich, and this was the double, it's a choice of two meats. That's the Westerner, which I had the
Which
double.
meats did you choose?
I went with the pulled pork.
I had that last week, and I'm just getting the old intestines back into shape.
Yeah.
Okay, Mel Gibson is on diaper duty.
Oh, my.
There's 9 babies he's had now. This is the 9th one, and it's with his 26-year-old girlfriend. Her name is Rosalind Ross, his girlfriend of 2 years. They're expecting sometime early next year. And he's 60 years of age. He's an old pro. He's had 7 kids with his ex-wife, Robin, one more with, remember he had that problem with that Oskanya Grigoriev or whatever her name was, and this is going to be Rosalind's first baby. And people reported the pregnancy, and the couple, this is 36. Anyway, the ages of Mel's oldest to youngest from 36 down to 6, and now a newborn. That's good. I still can't get over that that Jim Carrey supposedly possibly giving the Ambien, Propanol, and Percocet to this girlfriend. I don't want to hear about that.
You would think that if he was involved with somebody that was having those kind of issues, that he would kind of go the other way. But
well, I mean, you never know what the personal thing is when they're depressed or whatever, but you do have to take care of things under doctor's care. Rolling Stones are in the news. There's a subscription, a video-on-demand platform. It's called Crave TV, has been bidding against Netflix for movie titles at the Toronto Film Festival, and they've nabbed the concert feature The Rolling Stones' Ole Ole Ole, a trip across Latin America from Eagle Rock Entertainment.
Yeah.
Crave TV bought out the Canadian theatrical and all other windows to keep the concert film and the travelogue away from Netflix. Other than that, Netflix had a busy weekend. They snapped up worldwide rights to Justin Timberlake's concert film, Justin Timberlake plus the Tennessee Kids, which debuted earlier in the festival. Crave TV also acquired the Stones' companion concert film, the Rolling Stones' Havana Moon. That's a film that's based on their Havana show. Crave TV also is going to stream the Rolling Stones' Ole Ole Ole, a trip across Latin America, from October 14th. With the Rolling Stones' Havana Moon to follow on a January 2017 launch. I would watch that. Would you watch that? That would be kind of good.
Big fan of the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. After their exclusive first windows on Crave TV, the concert specials moved to the Movie Network and then to cable channels like Bravo and Much. I haven't seen Much TV, or is that MUCH TV? Much TV.
I think it's Much TV.
Yeah. So, anyway, Coldplay is re-releasing a Blu-ray edition of their film, A Head Full of Dreams. So apparently all these concert films are just coming out and going out like crazy. And, I wonder, my friend Matt sometimes shows, he's got a beautiful sound system and a great screen, and he is able to play like concerts. I like the Bee Gees. I'm not like a huge Bee Gees fan, but I really like the Bee Gees. You watch this concert film with their music and the surround sound, you become a craving, you're a lunatic for the Bee Gees. It's that good.
Is that Matt Drammer?
No. Matt Drammer has a black and white TV, 21-inch, I think, with a sort of a green screen on it. Anyway, this is this Head Full of Dreams on September 23rd. The release, this will be presented in 5.1 surround sound, which is the Coldplay produces an ultimate format for the album. So anyway, Rick Simpson, the guy who co-produced A Head Full of Dreams with Stargate, said, quoting now, "The album was always conceived by the band as a dreamlike, kaleidoscopic sweep of music, so it was fantastic to be able to take it to its furthest conclusion with a trip into a surround sound dreamscape type thing." So it's pretty good. The album's initially released December 2015, reached number 1, sold 4 million copies so far, and there's been a lot of singles from that, so that should be good. I don't know if I'll watch that, but it's good. What else going on? Over the weekend, did you hear about those explosions? Do they have any more news? Did they catch that guy? They made a composite of him. He looks like some radio producer that I know, and I'm thinking can't be him. The guy's in California. But, people should look at that.
They did another one of those, what are they called, those pressure cooker deals.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Everybody talks about, getting rid of guns and stuff, and then people use BBs and pressure cookers. People are nuts. You got to keep your eyeballs open, and if you see something weird, you got to report it.
And how about the mall stabbing? That's something to
Yes, the guy is shouting "Allah" as he stabbed people in the mall. That was in Minnesota, wasn't it?
Yeah, you kind of almost scratch your head wondering how this type of nonsense comes to the kind of the heartland of America. You can kind of understand it. I don't you don't make an excuse for it happening, but you think about the big cities like Los Angeles, New York, and that there's a lot of wackos out there, so you can kind of see something crazy happening. But when it happens in small town America, it's not exactly, something to strike up confidence.
It is. I talked to the guy at a glassworks company back in New York. He says streets are cordoned off, and they're on a high alert there. At least 29 people injured after that explosive device went off in front of the apartment building in Chelsea. Officials said the device was hidden inside a toolbox, and then they found a second device 4 blocks from the scene and removed it. And then about 80 miles away, earlier in the day on Saturday morning, that explosion went off on that charity run in Seaside Park, New Jersey, military charity run. Luckily, that race started late, and so no one was near the blast when it went off. So people are absolutely crazy.
Apparently, the robot or something tripped a wire, and then the whole thing just blew to smithereens.
One part of it, and then there was still, part of it blew or something
but
like that.
But it's how volatile these things are.
They are. You have to be careful.
You don't want to touch them if you see
They say that it might have been hooked up to a cell phone, but then maybe somebody dumped it. I don't know. That's just all speculation now. Anyway, last week there was a male student at Timpview High School in Provo, Utah, complaining to a school counselor that the uniforms worn by the cheerleaders on game day were causing him to have impure thoughts in class. We'll have more on this story as we continue straight ahead.
Any visual aids or visual assistance to go with the
Yeah, we'll
story?
actually show you the story. I don't know. There may be some pictures. We'll see if we can hunt some up during this break.
I think in order to have a real qualified, credible opinion, I think you ought to be able to see the picture first.
Did you, when you were in high school, did you ever have any impure thoughts?
There was my
Wait a second,
kindergarten.
let the drums go. And have you thinking, okay, what was the answer?
I had a kindergarten teacher named Mrs. McLean.
And?
Let's just say I had some after school.
Oh, would you just stop?
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by CBC Funding. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your structured settlement, annuity, or pending lawsuit? It's true. If you are receiving a structured settlement spread out over time and you want a lump sum amount delivered immediately, then you need to call CBC Funding. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Structured settlements are commonly used to resolve personal injury lawsuits. Annuities, they're designed to spread payments out over 10 or 20 years. For many of you in need of money today, this simply does not work. If you have a structured settlement and you want cash now, call CBC Settlement Funding. Here's the number: 800-303-4607, 800-303-4607, 800-303-4607.
Here to the PM show. This is the Monday edition of the show. So anyway, this boy complains. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern, by the way. This boy is complaining about the cheerleader skirts, and he is a male student at Timpview High School in Provo, Utah, and he complained to a school counselor the uniforms worn by the cheerleaders on game day were causing him to have impure thoughts in class, and they say the conversation could have ended there, but it didn't. And after he said that, he was distracted by the cheerleader skirts, and his mother emailed an administrator at the schools, and the schools after that, and the school's cheerleading coach was alerted about the concerns. And so 44 girls on the Timpview Thunderheads cheer squads were told not to wear their uniforms to school last Friday before the football game against the Alta Hawks. And now the school administrators are trying to clear up this whole mess. They insist there was simply a misunderstanding gone awry, but the cheerleaders say they didn't get that impression. Most of the cheerleaders appeared to be upset about what happened. One of them said, "It's giving this boy power that when he grows up and does something to a girl, he can blame it on her skirt being too short. It really made me angry. Why should this boy have control over what we wear?" Well, it wasn't the boy, it was the school that made the decision, cheerleader. So he just stated that he had these thoughts, and then somebody made a rule.
Well, it kind of gives you the creeps when you think somebody's going around saying that their appearance is giving me impure thoughts. Not exactly the kind of thing that you want to go telling everybody.
After I got back from Hawaii after eating too much, I was staring in the mirror at my stomach, and I had terrible thoughts. Forced me to go on a diet. Anyway, there's hundreds of thousands of Germans protesting this trade deal, the TTIP deal. Thousands of people across Germany are protesting the trade deal because they believe it will have adverse effects on their country as a whole. The protesters took over the streets of 3 major German cities, holding signs that read Nein Dank. And Nein Dank, that's Neindanke, Nein Danke. And the Nein Danke schon used to be sung. Wasn't that a song that they sang before?
It certainly was, yeah.
This is Nein Danke. And they claimed the deal would cost thousands of German jobs and allow subpar products to be brought into Germany without being held to their stricter food and drug standards. So they're having problems with the trade deals, just like Donald Trump. So maybe the Germans and Donald Trump should get together and everybody just make their own stuff. By the way, on the way back from Hawaii when I was there last week, did I tell you there was a flash flood? And there was a Mercedes. Obviously, it couldn't pull itself out of the mud. It was stuck. A beautiful Mercedes stuck in the mud when the flash flood took place.
That isn't good.
Guy must have been backing up in his driveway and it took him all the way down to the ocean. I hope he got out okay. Probably rental cars, don't you think? They park their cars there, and then poor rental car companies, you know.
Who would ever rent a Mercedes?
Oh, they have them. You know, you can get them on there.
What kind of a high roller would? I mean, some kind of. I mean, you go to the rental agency and you pick up just about any car.
They try to upgrade you into those high.
You look at how much they charge for some of the cars that they offered. I would hate to think what they would charge for the Mercedes.
They usually don't rent the Mercedes because they break down an awful lot. So
I get nervous when they try to push.
Kidding.
Occasionally they'll try to push like an SUV, like one of those large.
That's what they do. They try to upgrade you to the SUV.
They tell you how much more convenient it is.
Oh, yeah, and then they try to pre-sell you the gasoline, which costs you like $80,000. The public is now finding out that there's a massive sinkhole in Florida.
Do you want the insurance, too?
Yeah, that's what they always ask you about the insurance. And the time you don't, that's when some guy smashes on your car. The public's finding out there's been a massive sinkhole in Florida that's been leaking radioactive water to the tune of about 2.5 million gallons. Apparently, the company there admitted they first learned about the leak around the end of August, but they didn't go public. Shh, let's keep it quiet. We don't want to tell people there's radioactive stuff going out there. Shh, don't say a word. Anyway, they didn't go public with the information because they didn't believe it posed any health threats to locals, as the Dead Sea food just used to sit out there. Anyway, the sinkhole appears to be draining into an aquifer that provides drinking water to millions of people in Florida. Citizens near the sinkhole are concerned because the same water also feeds into springs used for recreational activities. Can you have seen our former talk show host, John Cardello, who's now 8.5 feet tall? What would you do if you're in Florida and you found out that your water may be radioactive? I mean, that's a terrible thing.
That wouldn't be good. It would be terrible. Absolutely awful. I don't know if you happen to catch it, but not to talk about the Emmys as if we didn't talk about it.
No, I didn't catch it, and I didn't understand any of the awards.
From what I heard, I faintly remember somebody in one of their kind of reviews of the program, they mentioned that Jeb Bush did some kind of a reprise. He did some type of a return to the airwaves as part of some type of a parody.
I don't believe Jeb Bush was ever on the airways, as you like to call it. I mean, what do you mean?
Well, they did some type of some kind of a goof. They did something where
on a show or on the Emmys.
On the Emmys.
I see.
apparently Jeb Bush has been unemployed, and he's been
new career as a comedian. He's a little low energy, but he's okay. Did you see it at all?
I did not see it, but I heard that.
Can we post it on our website? Some of these things you're talking about. John Voight obviously should have won for Ray Donovan, but he didn't.
And if Jeb Bush made an appearance, we ought to give him at least
a shout out to Jeb.
Yeah, give him the respect that he didn't get during the election.
I used to really like the guy. I thought he was probably a good governor, but during those debates, he always kind of looked like a deer in sort of headlights, like a semi was barreling down on him.
Remember when
he had that weird stare?
Remember when he set his sight on Marco Rubio and tried to talk about his attendance?
They went out after that too, didn't they?
I think they're buying furniture tonight.
They actually from the same state, right? Marco.
They are. Well, Jeb was Marco's. Marco was the protege of Jeb Bush.
I always liked Marco's brother Polo.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, and little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares, first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
We're back here on the PM show, Monday edition. Michael Horn, Paul Stern. Anyway, Fred Dreyer's been around. Anyway, cable news has been silent. 2 states have declared an emergency after pipeline spill. There was 250,000 gallons of gasoline spilled in the Shelby County, Alabama area after a major fuel pipeline ruptured this week. Did you hear about this at all?
I did not.
Yeah. And so the cable news guys have been silent. The spill has received attention from local media outlets. National cable news networks have just ignored the story. I haven't heard anything about it. According to local media, the fuel line, which carries refined gasoline from Houston to the East Coast, has leaked roughly 6,000 barrels of gasoline since Monday. The leak is expected to drive up fuel prices across the Southeast. The governors of both Alabama and Georgia have declared official state emergencies, preparing residents for fuel shortages. This is a huge story. Why wouldn't we have this on national news?
It's a very big story.
I don't know about this. A spokesperson for Colonial Pipeline says it's not safe for our workers to recover much product off of the pond due to gasoline vapors. It's a challenge for us to do much because the vapors are not at safe levels for human health. According to data from the National Transportation Safety Board, the spill is Colonial's largest since 1996, when 22,800 barrels of gasoline leaked in South Carolina.
Remember the British Petroleum? Remember that one?
Yeah, that was a big one.
What was it? Wasn't the Gulf of Mexico? Was it?
Yeah, it was down there by the Gulf of Mexico, around in there, in New Orleans, that area. Yeah.
They went to a lot of trouble to have to clean up that mess. Remember?
Yeah, but this isn't even being reported, for gosh sakes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Don't know what that's all about. Anyway, hopefully it'll get some news coverage and we can see what's going on. They're saying have you ridden an Uber before? Have you been on an Uber?
I have never called Uber. No, I have not done that. No.
They say surge pricing, as they say, might be enough to make you hesitate about using a ride-hailing app like Uber, because they raise the rates sometimes when there's, it's busy times and stuff. But women have to worry about their safety. Apparently, that's what this C Jane Go comes in. It's a new woman-only ride-hailing app. It's called C Jane Go. It launched Tuesday in Orange County, California. The app is exclusive to both female passengers and drivers, and it's part of an effort to stop sexual assault and harassment.
That's probably a good idea.
Now, for Uber, this has been somewhat of a problem. CNET reported that an Uber driver in Boston was charged with raping a 16-year-old passenger in August.
Oh, my God.
This is terrible. And instances have been made headlines in California, Georgia, Illinois, Texas, Washington, and Florida as well. I would not ride in these cabs now because of this. These instances are what inspired Father William Jordan, to Michael's dad, to create the company after his teenage daughter asked to be a driver for an app like Uber or Lyft. He said it was too dangerous, and he's not alone in his thinking. This app, this Go, C Jane Go app, works exactly the same as its contemporaries. At the push of a button, the app determines your location, hails you the nearest C Jane Go driver. The only difference, of course, that it will be a woman. So men can use the app. There are just some conditions. If they want a C Jane Go driver, they can only ride in the car if a woman hosts them. Whoa. In the coming years, C Jane Go hopes to launch all over cities in the U.S., starting with Los Angeles. So that's our show.
I'd like to call up C Jane Go.
Well, you got to have a female host.
You've got to have a female host.
He's gonna have to.
I'd much rather have a female Uber driver than the smelly Uber drivers.
I would. Some of the guys.
I've looked at some of the Uber drivers driving, at events picking up people, and I don't know how to get in the car with them either.
Most of them have Toyotas. I like those big kind of comfortable cars. That's where I go riding around. Be my car. Hey, that's our show. If you miss anything, or you want an Uber ride, log on to our website at crntalk.com/the PM show. We'll be back with you on Friday. Paul will be with you Thursday. I'll be with you Wednesday with Fred Dreyer. Check out our cell phone app. Dial pound 250, hit send, say CRN Talk. For Paul Stern, Michael Horn, good night.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. Of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But if cutting-edge technology is more your style, you'll be happy to know that CRN is now available on Wi-Fi radio. Simply log on to Reciva.com, that's RECIVA.com, and look for CRN. You can access all of our great shows and listen live anywhere in the world. Be part of your favorite shows and get the full CRN listening experience you would have with any traditional radio, podcast, or a live stream from our website. For more information on where or how to listen, and for a full list of our programming, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
The Afghan immigrant arrested for allegedly setting off bombs in a New York City neighborhood and a New Jersey town is now facing attempted murder charges over his dramatic capture. Ahmad Khan Rahami was wounded in a gun battle with Linden, New Jersey police. He was charged with 5 counts of attempted murder of a police officer. He's being held on $5.2 million bail and remains at a hospital. President Obama says he's been talking on the phone to the 2 New Jersey police officers wounded in the arrest of the suspect.
They are going to be fine. They've sustained some modest injuries, but ones that they'll rapidly recover from. They were in good spirits.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the weekend bombing attacks in New York and New Jersey are yet another wake-up call.
These acts are very real reminders of the national security threats and challenges that we face both from beyond our borders and from within.
Meanwhile, authorities are investigating the 22-year-old Somali man who stabbed 9 people in a Minnesota mall Saturday after asking them whether they were Muslim. He was shot dead by an off-duty police officer. St. Cloud Mayor Dave Kleiss reflects on the hours since Saturday's mall attack.
It has been certainly a trying time for a community. The events that took place that night, an individual who clearly bent on evil.
An unarmed black man was shot and killed last Friday by a white female Tulsa, Oklahoma police officer. U.S. Attorney Danny Williams says federal investigators will be looking into possible civil rights violations.
The Justice Department has opened an independent and parallel investigation into the use of force by the Tulsa Police Department during their encounter with Terrence Crutcher last Friday.
On Wall Street, the Dow down by 4 points, the Nasdaq dropped 10, the S&P unchanged. More on these stories at townhall.com.